Hello, my name is Dr. Dewan S. Raja. Today I will discuss about anatomy of ovary. The ovary is the female gonad responsible for producing eggs, that is ova, in singular it is called ovum, and hormone like estrogen and progesterone. Gonad means the organ which produces gametes, and in female, these are the gametes, eggs or ova. Each ovary is located on either side of the uterus in the lower abdomen and is about the size of an almond in adult women. Structure of the ovary can be divided into several main parts. Most outer is the germinal epithelium. This is the outermost layer of the ovary, a thin layer of simple cuboidal epithelial cells. Then we'll get Tunica Albiginea, a dense connective tissue layer lying just beneath the germinal epithelium, providing a protective covering to the ovary. So if you look at the structure of the female reproductive system, this is the ovary, almost the shape of an almond or almond. This is that. Another one is that. And this is the uterus. This is the vagina, vaginal fornix here, cervix of the uterus, body of the uterus, the fundus of the uterus, fallopian tube, uterine tube, also called sulpins. And we have the ligament of the ovary, and this is the suspensory ligament of the ovary. So, this is the ovary, right ovary. This is the left ovary. Ovary has cortex, the outer region of the ovary, just beneath the tunica albuginea, contains follicles, the functional unit of the ovary, consisting of developing oocytes. These are immature eggs surrounded by follicular cells. Initially, we have only one layer of follicular cell. As the follicle grow, it will be multi-layered. Stroma, the supportive connective tissue, okay, the supportive connective tissue that contains the follicle and is rich in blood vessel and cells that help produce hormones. Follicle of various stages of development can be found in the cortex, including primordial follicle, early stage consisting of an immature oocyte surrounding by a single layer of flat cells. Okay. So this is a microanatomy of the ovary. We are saying this is a gonad, so it produces ovum as gamete. It has cortex, this part is cortex, and this is medulla. Two ligaments. One is the suspensory ligament going laterally to the pelvic wall at the level of the external iliac artery. This is the ovarian ligament going to the cornu of the uterus, the horn of the uterus, okay, near the fundus. Supplied by ovarian arteries, branches of the abdominal aorta. We have left ovarian vein opens into left renal vein, right ovarian vein opens into the inferior vena cava. Lymphatics from the ovary reaches the pre-aortic and lateral aortic lymph nodes, and they follow the blood vessels. Ovary is innervated by the ovarian plexus that is derived from aortic, renal, and hypogastric plexus. It has sympathetic innervation, parasympathetic innervation. Sympathetic innervation comes from T10, parasympathetic from S2, S3, and S4. The primary follicle, larger than primordial follicle, is a single layer of cuboidal cells. Secondary follicle contains fluid-filled space called antrum and more layers of granulosa cell. Graphian or mature follicle, the final stage of follicle development, before ovulation, with a large antrum and a mature oocyte ready for release. And releasing is called ovulation. The medulla is the inner region of the ovary, composed of loose connective tissue. It contains large blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and nerves that supply the ovary. And the mature ovum released at ovulation, and it is usually around 14th week of menstrual cycle. The primary functions of the ovary are oogenesis, production of maturation of eggs, ova. This process begins before birth during the intrauterine life, but maturation of these eggs continues throughout the woman's reproductive year. Hormone production. Ovaries produces several hormones, mainly estrogen, responsible for development of female secondary sexual characteristic and the regulation of the menstrual cycle. Progesterone play a key role in regulating the menstrual cycle and maintaining the early stages of pregnancy. Inhibin regulates follicle stimulating hormone secretion from the granulosa cell of the ovary. That means inhibit that is the inhibin comes from granulosa cells of the ovary and it regulates follicle stimulating hormone secretion. Okay, during each menstrual cycle, a mature follicle, Graafian follicle, releases an egg in a process known as ovulation. The remaining follicle structure transforms into corpus luteum, which secretes progesterone and some estrogen to prepare the uterus for possible implantation of a fertilized egg. If fertilization does not occur, the corpus luteum degenerates into the corpus albicans, a scar-like structure in the ovary. And that's all about the anatomy of the ovary. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Please share the information with your friends. Please support my channel. Please subscribe me. Have a nice, wonderful, and blessed day. Bye now.